While holidays are portrayed as magical, joyful times, the reality is that this season often brings with it a unique blend of pressures. Shopping lists, financial strain, family dynamics, travel plans, and the social expectation to keep up a cheerful facade. If this resonates with you, you're not alone. Many of us experience heightened stress during the holidays, and the key to finding peace is approaching it with compassion and balance. I, your resident Dr. Grinch, is here to give you a few tips on how to manage holiday stress. Welcome back to Savvy Psychologist. I'm your host, Dr. Monica Johnson. Every week on this show, I'll help you face life's challenges with evidence-based approaches, a sympathetic ear, and zero judgment. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is setting realistic expectations for yourself. One of the biggest sources of holiday stress stems from the pressure to create quote unquote perfect holiday moments. This can include well-decorated homes, impeccable meals, thoughtful gifts, and a sense of endless cheer. It's easy to get caught up in these expectations, especially when social media and advertisements paint an idealized picture of the holidays. Take a moment to reflect on what you truly want out of the holiday season. Is it quality time with loved ones, rest, or moments of joy? Once you know what's meaningful to you, give yourself permission to let go of the less important tasks or traditions that add unnecessary stress. Remember, it's okay if everything isn't perfect. Often, the imperfect moments are the ones that we remember most fondly. The second thing I want to mention is plan ahead and stay flexible. Creating a plan can be incredibly helpful in managing holiday stress, but balance is key. List out your holiday activities such as shopping, cooking, or traveling, and set a timeline to space out these tasks. When you do a little bit at a time, you avoid the last minute rush that so often causes stress. However, flexibility is just as important as planning. Unexpected changes are inevitable during the holidays. Weather delays, shifts in family plans, or something as simple as not finding the perfect gift. Give yourself permission to adjust as needed, practicing a mindset of acceptance over perfection. During the holidays, it's common to push self care aside in favor of making others happy or checking tasks off a list. However, taking care of yourself is essential for managing stress effectively. Regular self care, even in small amounts, can keep you grounded and better able to handle seasonal pressures. Here are a few ways to incorporate self care into the busy holiday season. Take short breaks. Even a 5-minute walk, stretching, or breathing exercise can help reduce stress. One of the things that I do is I have a rocking chair on my porch. And even if I just have a few minutes, I will go outside and sit in that chair and rock for a few minutes. And it almost always makes me feel better. Another way is to make sure that you're getting enough sleep. So, lack of sleep amplifies stress. So, you really want to aim to rest well, especially if you're traveling or have a really packed schedule. The other thing I'll mention is to actually engage in enjoyable activities during the holidays. So, you want to make time for the things that actually bring you joy and relaxation, whether it's a warm cup of tea, reading a book, or watching your favorite holiday films. Self care isn't selfish. It's a way to replenish yourself so that you can engage in holiday activities with a clear mind and an open heart. Next, it's important to note that holiday gatherings can bring us closer, but they can also involve challenging family dynamics. For many people, seeing extended family can mean encountering unresolved issues, differing opinions, and feeling pressure to uphold family expectations. To help manage these dynamics, set gentle but firm boundaries. If you're attending a gathering, decide in advance how much time you'll spend there, who you'll interact with, and what topics you'd rather avoid. You can kindly steer conversations away from sensitive topics or even take a break to recharge if you feel overwhelmed. If setting boundaries feels difficult, remember that protecting your mental and emotional well being is essential. You're allowed to prioritize your own comfort and peace. The next thing I want to talk about is gift giving. Gift giving can be a wonderful part of the holidays, but it can also lead to financial strain and stress. To ease this pressure, consider simpler or alternative ways to show appreciation. One way to do this is to gift experiences. So instead of material gifts, offer experiences such as a meal together, a day trip, or quality time. These gifts are often more memorable and less expensive. The next thing is to set a budget. So decide in advance how much you can spend comfortably on gifts and stick to it. Financial stress often lingers past the holidays, so spending within your means allows for peace of mind. Another idea is DIY or thoughtful gestures. So, personalized, handmade, or heartfelt gifts can often mean more than store bought ones. A handwritten note, a batch of homemade cookies, or a framed photo can convey warmth and appreciation without straining the budget. Holiday gatherings and events can feel overwhelming, especially when you're balancing multiple invitations and family obligations. If you're feeling stretched thin, consider limiting your engagements and focusing on the gatherings that hold the most meaning for you. Politely decline events that may feel obligatory and remember that it's okay to say no. Your time and energy are valuable resources, and spending them intentionally helps to reduce stress. For events you do attend, keep expectations realistic and don't feel obligated to stay for the entire time if you're not feeling up to it. Gratitude and mindfulness can be powerful antidotes to holiday stress. When we pause to focus on what we're thankful for, we shift our perspective away from stressors and towards the aspects of life we value the most. Take a few moments each day to reflect on 3 things that you're grateful for. They could be simple pleasures, a cozy moment, a warm drink, or a phone call with a friend. Practicing gratitude doesn't erase stress, but it helps to create small pockets of positivity that make the season feel lighter. Mindfulness, too, can help ground you. When you feel overwhelmed, try to slow down, take a few deep breaths, and bring your attention to the present. This practice can help ease racing thoughts and remind you that you don't need to handle everything at once. For some, the holidays can be particularly tough, especially if you're experiencing grief, loneliness, or mental health challenges. Don't hesitate to reach out for support if you're struggling. Talking to a trusted friend, family member, or mental health professional can make a difference. Remember that it's okay to not feel joyful during the holidays. If you're struggling, allow yourself to feel what you're feeling without judgment. The season is not always easy, but by giving yourself compassion, you honor your experience. The holidays can be a time of joy, warmth, and connection, but they don't have to be perfect or filled with high expectations to be meaningful. Often the most special moments are found in simple, unplanned times, shared laughter, quiet mornings, or a small act of kindness. As you navigate the season, give yourself the gift of compassion. Letting go of stress and focusing on what truly matters can help you find peace and joy in the moments that mean the most to you. This holiday season, let balance and self-compassion be your guide and take things one moment at a time. It's more than enough. What is one thing you're going to do to allow this holiday season to be less stressful? Please let me know. You can contact me via Instagram at KindMindPsych or via my email at psychologist@quickanddirtytips.com. The Savvy Psychologist is a Quick and Dirty Tips podcast. It's audio engineered by Steve Rickyberg, with script editing by Brandon Getchis. Our podcast and advertising operations specialist is Morgan Christensen. Our digital operations specialist is Holly Hutchings. And our marketing and publicity associate is Davina Tomlin. Nathaniel Hoops is our marketing contractor. Follow Savvy Psychologist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. That's all for this episode of Savvy Psychologist. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.